Basically, what I was trying to talk about before I was so rudely interrupted. Like, oh my God. Okay. So I was saying that I think that I value my time more than money, more than my money. And like, not that like they're here, like here and here, but I think like I value my time like 20% more than I value my money. So this weekend I was tested, and I had a revelation, even though I already had this revelation, but I just don't know why I like to double down and really like make myself feel it until I can listen, and understand and learn and not do it again. So I needed my hair washed, right? This past week, I was recovering from wisdom teeth removal. Hair was in shambles. Hair was very dry because I had 2 feet in braids done and she used a lot of gel. Hair was literally begging for moisture. So I was like, I want to get my hair washed in the salon. I want to get a hydration treatment, like all the things, all the works. And so I had told myself I would not go back to the salon because the past couple of times I've been there had just been inconsistent. I think the first time I went, I relatively enjoyed the experience, even though I did have like a kind of long period of waiting to get seen. Mind you, every time I went, I made an appointment. And I just hate that because it's like, if I were late, you were going to charge whatever. So then this past weekend on Saturday, right, I go in for an appointment. I made an appointment to get my hair washed, blow dried. But during the wash, during the wash, I'm supposed to get a hydration treatment and a scalp treatment, and then get my hair blow dried. And then normally I just ask for like 2 cornrows down my head and I head out, right? This is supposed to take, according to their website, I think 45 minutes to an hour. Now I know I have a lot of hair, like I just have like dense hair, so I was expecting like an hour and 30. Y'all guess how long I was in that shop? Go ahead and guess. Go ahead and guess, because it wasn't 2 hours, it wasn't 3 hours, it was 4 hours, from 1 to 5. I got in that shop at 1 on the dot, you guys, 1 on the dot. And mind you, it is almost an hour commute from my house because I have to metro because I don't have a car. So if I'm making sure I'm on time, I'm respecting your time, please respect mine, But so go in there, I sit down, I get checked in at 1. When did I get tapped to go sit in the chair? 1:20. 1:20. I'm like, okay. Mind you, a lady had came in before me. No, a lady had came in after me and got put in the chair before me. And I was like, oh. And that's because her stylist was ready for her. My stylist was still doing someone else's hair. And, I can respect it. I'm like, okay, 20 minutes waiting. Nothing is being done to me, whatever. I go sit in the chair. Then she starts asking me what I'm getting. I let her know. I said I'm getting a wash and blow dry. And I'm getting hydration treatment and scalp renew treatment. Because people normally do wash, blow dry, flat iron finish. I don't do flat iron finishes. I'm scared of heat damage. So I made sure I said wash and blow dry, just wash and blow dry. So I'm sitting there. She's like playing through my hair. I'm taking out, because I came in, like I detangled my hair the night before and it was in like 4 braids on each side. So I'm taking out those braids. So then when I'm done with that, she tells me to go sit by the wash bowl, right? I'm sitting there. Then a different stylist tells me to move back to the chair I was in before, that's near the mirror. And I'm like, okay. And she starts doing the scalp treatment up there. Different stylist, right? Not my stylist. My stylist has not touched my head yet. So she's doing the scalp treatment. Then I sit there. When she's done with the scalp treatment, I sit there for about 20 minutes, however long it takes for like the treatment to work. I felt like I sat there for enough time. And then I'm just waiting. So I probably sat there for about 30 minutes, honestly. Like, I do think it was about 30 minutes until one of the girls who was washing hair, I don't know if she's like a trainee or something, but she came up to me. She was like, hey, I'll be washing your hair. Still not my stylist, but okay. Because like normally it's not like when people need help, like they'll help each other out. Cool. But like still not my stylist yet, right? So I go to the wash bowl. She starts washing my hair. And then it takes her kind of a long time to wash my hair, I personally felt like. And the thing is, I normally wouldn't mind. But when you feel like someone is trying to like prolong a process to like not waste time, but to like give that other person time, like let's say my stylist time, because she was still doing someone else's head, I just felt like you're wasting my time, because I could have been done. And I felt like she was too soft on my head, but at least she didn't like scrape my scalp open, so hey, you win some, you lose some, I don't know. Then she asked me if I'm getting hydration treatment. I let her know that was already like in my appointment. I'm getting hydration treatment. I sit there, go underneath the hydration steamer, whatever, sit there. sit there, sit there. So I was probably there again for another 30 minutes, maybe even longer. And then she moves me up back to the seat by the mirror, and she starts, I, th- I think, detangling my hair maybe. What was she doing? Because my stylist told her to like detangle my hair and prep it to blow dry, right? So she's putting stuff in my hair, detangling it, and then sectioning it off. And you guys, after she was done with that, I think I sat in that chair for maybe 45 minutes until the stylist came to do my hair, because she was still finishing someone else's head. So I did not, like, I was just sitting in that chair twiddling my thumbs. I asked the girl who's washing my hair if I could plug up my phone, so I didn't even have my phone on me. I'm just sitting there, and I'm getting increasingly more frustrated and sad because it's such a pretty day outside. Can they stop bothering me? And I'm getting sad because it's such a pretty day outside, and I was like, I only expected to spend at least 2 hours here max. And from 1 o'clock from when I came in, it was already like it was like 3:54. It was reaching 4. And I was just like, ugh, I knew I shouldn't have came here. I knew I should have like just went with my gut and did something, like found someone else. But I was impatient, and I really just wanted my hair washed so that I could do a braid out for work, because I knew I was coming back to work this week. This bug must love me because he doesn't want to go away. But yeah, so I'm just like, ugh. So when she finally puts her hands like on my head, I want to say it's like 4 o'clock or 4:10. And she's like, what are you getting? And I was just like, blow dry. And she was like, oh, no flat iron? I was like, no. And she was like, oh, love you. And I was like, and then she was like, oh, if you're just getting that, like, she was like, you should have told me. I would have had you out of here sooner. 1, I did tell you that. And 2, I booked the appointment, so it shows. Like, I'm like, I think it just like frustrated me because the last time I saw this lady, she was doing like a twist. Ooh, y'all okay? I went in for a twist out. She did like the twist on my head, and she ended up doing 3 rows of flat twists on the front part of my head, because she was like, since it's short, let's just do like flat twists, right? So it's no like individual twists up here, just back here, right? And she sets me underneath the dryer, because you know with the twist out it needs to be fully dry. And I'm downstairs though, and I'm just sitting there. I think I sat there for maybe like 25-30 minutes, and it got to the point where like she hadn't come back to check on me in a hot minute, and so I stood up, turned the timer off so that it would ding, and then either she came in or I went out, and she was like, oh girl, I almost forgot you were here. I know. And that was the thing that made me not want to come back to her, because again, I don't like my time being wasted. Genuinely, it irks me. So this time when she was like, oh, you should have told me I would have had you out of here sooner, I was like, babe, I said that, and then also I booked the appointment, so it's like you can go see what I booked. You know what I mean? And it's like, but how am I going to sit up in your face and be like, hey, I'm only getting a blow dry, come do me, when you're doing someone else? You know what I mean? So she blow dries my hair, and then puts it into the 2 corners I asked for. It is 5 p.m. when I leave. 5 p.m. So moral of the story is I'm not going back. But moral of the actual story is my time is so valuable, especially when you live in a city where there's things to do. There's so many things to do in DC that I could be doing on a Saturday instead of sitting and waiting for someone to tend to my head. For the appointment to be double what it was originally supposed to be is so insane to me. And no one seemed like sympathetic or like, oh, so sorry, like da-da. And I don't know if it's because I feel like sometimes in those spaces when you're younger, they don't really care if you're like, they feel like you won't be as mad or as vocal. And the thing is, I wasn't vocal, but you could definitely see it on my face. They typically tend to the older patrons more, or they care more if the older patrons get mad. And I'm just like, I'm still a paying customer. Like, hello? You know what I mean? So that just, it just didn't sit right with me. And I think I was sad at myself, but also like sad at the frustrated at the establishment, frustrated at me. Like I wasted 4 hours of my life that I can never get back, and that hurts my soul. What? Because if y'all know me, y'all know I love to be outside. Like what? So yes, that did really irked me to the core. Okay, so I'm not going back to that salon, and I will be trying to either find a new salon or just find a singular person to just do my hair. My friend sent me a person who I originally was trying to go to, but she was taking too long to respond back to me. So I was like, girl, let me just go on this, salon booking site and book because, you know. But yeah, so that was instance one. And then Sunday, I went to go get my eyebrows done. Sunday was going to be a dilly dally day. I went to go get my eyebrows done at the place I normally go to, but they only had one person working, and she was in the back giving someone a wax. I don't know what she was doing back there, but it was taking a hot minute. I sat there for 20 minutes, and then I got up, and I was like, no, we are not going to have a repeat of yesterday. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to leave. So I left, and I walked to DuPont because it's a franchise, so they had another one in DuPont, but I had never been to that one. And DuPont was having their farmers market. They always have it on, like, the weekends. So, I'm walking around because, again, I don't want to waste my time, and I wanted to walk around. I've been stuck inside for a week on bed rest, gums bleeding, fever. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, God, you guys. Anyways, so I walk over to DuPont. I find the DuPont location, go in there. It's 3 ladies. I'm like, perfect. But there are also 3 ladies getting work done, so it's 3 on 3 right now. She was like, hi, what are you here for? I was like, eyebrow threading. And eyebrow threading. And she was like, oh, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, is that okay? I was like, okay, cool. So again, I'm like, okay, I still have to wait at this location, but hopefully, like, it's quicker. Y'all are moving fast, right? I sit down. I think I waited for maybe 10 minutes, and then it was my turn. I was like, okay, I can do 10 minutes. I can do 10 minutes. I can do 10. I can do 10. So I get in the chair. I don't know if this weekend was just trying to test me, but this lady did not do my eyebrows how I wanted them. And I tried to explain to her the first time. Then she did them, and I looked at them, and I was like, because when I sat in the chair, I was like, hey, could I get them smaller? Like, still keep the shape, but could I get them smaller, please? Like, I still want the arch, but, smaller. She hands me the mirror. I see my 2 big block for eyebrows. I was like, girl, I said smaller. You know what I'm saying, queen? So then I was like, you know what? Let me show her a reference photo. I show her a photo of myself, and my eyebrows are thinner. And maybe I should have used the word thinner. I'm thinking maybe that was the communication issue. But she took that as I wanted a higher arch. She starts doing an arch only on my right eye. I was just like, all right, queen. So then I look at myself, I'm like, okay, I just want to get out. So paid her the money and then dipped because I was like, you know what? No. So not going back there. Yeah. But more of the story is I learned from the previous day. I didn't sit in some place and just like waste. Like, even though I still waited, I feel like I took a stand for myself and not allowing myself to just sit forever and ever, and let the day go by. Because genuinely, y'all, 4 hours blew me. 4 hours on a Saturday? Do you know what can happen? How many things can happen 4 hours on a Saturday? Anyways. So yeah, that is my little, I don't know, like thing I wanted to say today. Can this bug, like, genuinely, it's like this nasty little fly. But yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna go walk around now because I'm gonna have my DJI out. This is my sister's DJI. Shout out, Vanessa, love you. No? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go walk around. It starts getting dark around like 9 now. And I think it's 7, so I love it. Okay, let me go. It's just like life is going great for me right now. Is that gonna stay? Many bugs outside, and I'm trying not to let it like kill my mood, but oh my god. And then there's a mosquito trying to get into my bag. Like, girl, leave it alone. What I was talking about before I realized I wasn't, get off my before I kill you. Guys, get away.